because God Almighty revealed to me that he took control over the earth almost 2 years ago. So that satanic component of their attempts to do something, to harm to us, and their attempts to take over, they have been converted and undermined, and there were sting operations going on where you saw them doing some stuff, but it was kind of controlled, or they're being watched and things were accounted for in order to catch these criminals doing their crimes and then arresting them. There have been mass arrests made. A lot of people have been executed after military tribunals. Out there have been clones and doubles and face masks. And I've been talking about this for years, and I remember when I started talking about it, most people didn't believe me, and now everybody talks about face masks and clones and doubles and computerized simulations and things like that. So basically I predicted that the militaries worldwide will be taken over in January, and especially in the United States, we're going to have something like martial law or similar. So we have now heard that the Vietnam president, the Taiwan prime minister, and the New Zealand prime minister, they all resign. Okay, so they don't resign voluntarily. Okay, so they're forced to resign, and they're going to have their military tribunal. These are all cabal-controlled, communist types, deep state operatives. Okay, so the housing market, I said, will go down drastically in January, and just today a report came out that it's sliding drastically right now, the housing market in the United States. Okay, so the real President Trump is president right now of the Republic America as well as the Corporation America. He has been reinstated. Okay, has been reinstated actually last summer. Okay, I predicted that, and I said Biden is going to go away, is being removed, and the Biden cabal, who basically ran the country, has been removed, and Biden, the face mask, has been formally there. Now we have another phase coming up where, or has already started. I said this back in December 2022, that as of January 1st, basically the face mask, the actor, will be disappearing as well. As you may see him on TV, but at this point it's more like a computerized simulation, and the White Hats control Joe Biden. So that's why he's saying him. He's not him out there. He had his tribunals, he's been executed for a while, and out there's been a clone running, and then it was the face mask afterwards. And so now it's the White Hats controlling Biden and trying to wake up the so-called normies, the so-called masses, to understand that Biden is just not the best person out there, and he may say silly things, and it's all a psychological operation really out there, controlled by the White Hats to wake up the normies. Okay, and Trump is in control of the airspace and of the borders together with the military. He has demonstrated it. He also, together with the military, he's taking control over the entire system, over the schools, the courts, the government. And so now we have a crisis going on. Just it's a crisis because nothing is functioning the way it should. And so military is at the border, and they're taking over, and they will be utilized, Trump said, on January 5th to go after the drug cartels. A few hours later, we had a huge fentanyl bust at the border, and the military was used. Then on January 11th, the flights were grounded or canceled in the United States, and that was a power demonstration by President Trump, merely. Okay, so everybody who's in the know that this was not a computer glitch. Okay, and there were maybe some other reasons as well, but the main reason was to have a power demonstration, give you some clues what's really going on. Trump is in control. He's in control this way and that way, over the border, and has border control and control over the airspace. okay? And they're taking control of the system. So there was their way of announcing things is by giving you these clues, okay? People are brainwashed to think that something has to be formally announced. Okay, today this and this is going on. It's not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen anymore in the future. That just the news is going to be announced just the way you're used to. So somebody tells you how it is. You can just pay attention, look at gestures, look at signs. There's disclosure going on in different ways, and people have to get used to it to maybe get the news media in a different way. So anyway, they are taking over, okay? So basically it's a psychological operation by the white hats out there. So these are attempts to wake up the normies, to bring the truth to the normies. So it's not such a shock when it comes. I also predicted that Joe Biden will go away, and there were different phases. There was a phase in summer, and there's another phase that he was taken away, and the power was taken away. And so I also said he will be arrested, and now people are calling for his arrest. There were also classified documents found in his garage, in his home, and he put them there while he was vice president. President Trump was allowed to declassify classified documents and put them in his home in a safe, and the FBI raided his home and made a big deal about it. Well, he was within his legal rights. Biden is not, and the FBI is doing nothing about it. Again, the two-tier justice system is being revealed here, and what's going on in America. And so it's all to wake people up, displayed a certain way, and people are calling now for Joe Biden's arrest. There's also the scandal with the Biden laptop computer that was used for blackmail, where the Chinese, the cabal, the deep state have basically hacked his computer, where there was a lot of porn on the computer, and used it to blackmail Joe Biden. And so Joe Biden, has been bribed and blackmailed by the Chinese, by the communists, by the cabal. And it's been going on for years, and people high up in government are calling for his arrest. And as I said, his arrest, his official arrest, is coming up, even though the real Joe Biden has been gone for a long time. And it's just more like a show out there. So it's just for public display. Again, I tell you the real news, and then they're displaying everything like in a movie. So it's also all about acceptance. So they want to display certain things so people can accept and absorb the information they're getting, and there's not too much civil unrest. Okay, so then Kevin McCarthy is a face mask. So we have heard that Kevin McCarthy is now the House Speaker, and Trump said, wow, nobody ever lost like Pelosi. And the House voted, they say, for McCarthy, but there's nobody really there at the House. Just like Congress, there's all these empty seats I'm seeing. These people are already gone. They have been arrested, executed. They're in Gitmo. They're in a military prison or otherwise in a prison. They're gone. There's so many they're gone. So who was there to vote for Pelosi? Nobody. Who would have voted for her? All these people are probably corrupt, and they're all gone. And so anyway, Trump is in charge, and he defeated them. He defeated them all. And Pelosi is executed. McCarthy is a face mask controlled by Trump. So what's going on is that McCarthy, I don't get the whole information what's going on with him, but so far I can see he's hiding out in a bunker or so, while the so-called McCarthy is out there with a face mask and saying, we need to investigate the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. And so Elon Musk, has a similar role, being out there and saying some things and disclosing things to the public. Of course, such investigation has been ongoing for the last few years against the CCP. This is just a public version. And of course, when somebody says that, a politician, they're going to try to kill him. So he's just out there saying those things while the real McCarthy is hiding out, being in safety for his own life. And then he's also saying all kinds of other things. It's a clever move, think strategy, the way they're doing things with McCarthy. He's revealing a lot of truth. Okay? So that's going on with McCarthy right now. So Trump controls all of them right now. Joe Biden, McCarthy, and the House members. Okay? So they don't really exist the way it's portrayed in the news. So basically, I want to wrap up some things I said also. Biden is now controlled by the White Hats, okay? Last summer, I said that basically he's removed, and what I meant is the cabal was removed. So the face mask was formerly there, but the power has been removed, and now it's more like a virtual illusion that he's removed again. There's still like different layers and phases of removal, okay? I also predicted the IRS will be gone, and specifically recently I said will be gone back this April. Now in January, the House has introduced a bill to abolish the IRS. Again, we're talking about the public version. We all know that the IRS will be gone with the feds being gone and the gold standards coming. So on January 2nd, 2023, I said that God Almighty came to me and said to control over the earth. And on January 11th, then the House Republicans to vote on a bill to abolish the IRS. It was revealed that this is going to happen. And so we had an announcement on November 15th, as predicted, of NESARA, the Golden Age, by President Trump, okay? And so that will then lead to NESARA coming in spring. And then I already predicted for a long time that we're going to have new elections in March. And so September 28th, I made a video and said Trump is back. So again, there were different phases. It took a couple of months to take the power back. And then we had on January 5th, the fentanyl bust at the border with the military, where Trump announced it as well. And by January 1st, 2023, Putin and Biden, they both are gone, okay? So then the Twitter investigation is ongoing because Twitter became the hub of conspiracy against the United States for voter fraud. There was becoming a meeting hub by terrorists and by the cabal, and that's all on the investigation. They have all the data and have been arresting and will be arresting these people who basically colluded to do voter fraud and to do crimes against United States citizens and so on. So the midterm election was a sting operation. The election of Joe Biden was a sting operation. The Biden has been a fake president for 2 years. I've been predicting all that. I said that he will run against nothing. I predicted they would have martial law or similar on January 1st. And then also I said that basically Jared Kushner has been executed, and now we hear that Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner are getting a divorce. He's already gone. Out there has been a face mask. Okay, so things are happening in layers and phases. Okay, so that's what's going on. And when you're a light being, basically the dark forces going after you, and they're going to smear you and they're going to attack you. So basically a good president likely doesn't have a good press, and a bad president likely has the good press. And that's what's going on. So people also have to learn to basically receive news in a different way. We always want everything announced the way we are programmed. We don't have to get it announced. We can look at the gestures and the action somebody's taking and what they're saying, what they're doing versus what they're announcing, so to speak. Trump always talks in code. Whatever he says, it has multiple layers of meanings, and is he addressing multiple things to multiple groups of people and politicians worldwide as well. Just want to mention that. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you so much for listening, and make it a great day.